Hey there, YouTube, it's Petey Two Finger, and I got 3 recommendations. The Oak and its Inhabitants is Lechene, Lechene, 2022. It's a nature film, it's an animal film. It's about an oak tree with animals. The oak tree provides sustenance and shelter for these animals. So the movie is an hour and 20 minutes long. There's no carnage. There's a couple scenes with Predator in it, but the animals managed to escape. This was the best animal movie I ever saw in my life. The animals, the shots that they filmed 350 hours of footage and they camouflaged the cameras. And the sound effects in it are unbelievable. They have some shots of mycelium. There's some really cool stuff in it. The sound effects, I guess it's an Atmos film, so the sound effects are mind-blowing. The animal performances, I couldn't believe that they had caught this stuff and that it was real. And there's an aerial sequence that's mind-blowing. So this is an hour and 20 minutes. There's no dialogue. There's no carnage or predatory stuff in it, which that's always a thing with me when I'm, 15 minutes into some animal documentary. I'm watching it with my wife or with the kids, and then it's like, here's a baby animal getting mauled by a predator. Can we how about a warning? So better than a warning, they decided before they made the film, oftentimes the prey outwits the predator and escapes. And so there's a couple of those instances in there. There's a mind-blowing aerial sequence that I have no idea how they shot it. It's 4K. The picture quality is really good. The sound is really good. The performances are really good. I just couldn't believe that this thing, how did they make this movie? So I typed it into YouTube, Lechene, Lechene 2022, and up popped a video. It was one of the guys, I don't think it was the director, maybe it was a producer. Anyway, he was involved in the production of this film at a very high level, whoever he was, speaking in French, so I was able to use Translate and learn more about how they produced this masterwork animal nature film. So if you watch the film and you can't get enough, I found it on Look Movies. I'm sure you can find Lechene, the oak tree and its inhabitants. You should be able to find it. Next up, we have a 1981 George Romero film called Night Riders. More recently, there's a zombie documentary about Romero. They interview people that were in those movies. So Romero used the same people in all his movies. Now, he didn't just make zombie films. There's a bunch of non-zombie Romero movies. I've seen Night Riders, 1981. I've seen Season of the Witch. Oh, that's a demonic movie. I have not seen Martin yet, which is a vampire movie. I think maybe I saw the preview. Maybe I saw the movie and forgot it. I'm definitely going to check it out because George Romero is a great storyteller director. He has a way of having like an underlying theme in the movie. And this movie, Night Riders, it's a troupe of King Arthur's court, but they use motorcycles when they joust. So they go around and do like Renaissance Fair, these like little gigs, but they're finding more pressure to do it in a modern world. They're getting in trouble. There's like the Hollywood aspect of people trying to turn it into a big thing. And then there's like local law enforcement. So there's a phenomenal revenge scene. All the characters in the movie are great. It's a great character-driven movie. There's a homosexual story that they tell that's told from a perspective of the 70s when that was like, what? But it's really tastefully done, and there's no harm done to the... There's African-American people blending right in society. There's no color, which is really when I see that, I'm like, man, why couldn't that be real life? But unfortunately, that's not the case a lot of times. And I think a lot of that blows back on the whites. We all have our own responsibilities in life on how we interact socially. And Romero was able to send messages in his movies. So that's part of this film that I really would say was that I support. The topless women, there's like maybe 3 scenes in this movie that are pretty quick, but still there was like this kind of like looking at these girls like groupies, or like the way the society was when the one guy was king. He had this good looking queen, and then when he lost his challenge, she moved down to the next guy, just like right away. She was over there with her arm around him. So I mean, that was her choice, right? But it was a little objectification, I would say. I mean, I don't know. Maybe when I was 10, back in the 70s, 80s, they had those nude scenes, topless woman scene in movies, and it was a little different, felt a little different than seeing it in 2025. You're like, like, let's put our tops back on, you know? So I got to warn you about that. The movie, people were griping about the length, saying this hour and 46 minute cut was way too long. I watched a 2 hour and 26 minute cut. It's also available on YouTube. I think the 222 minute cut, where they just cut the nude scenes. So Ed Harris is phenomenal in this. The makeup guy who acted in those movies, Tom Savini, is great. This is a character-driven movie. It's got a typical anti-hero type ending. I watched the 2.5 hour cut and didn't bat an eye. Seemed like it was 90 minutes to me. So I went and read some, like typically I'll look the movies up and try to find more information, or people make videos explaining them. If it's a movie that I enjoyed or whatever, I always look it up and try to learn more. So in that process, I found that people really like this movie, this Knight Rider movie. Some people hated it and said it was too long, or there was overacting, which there is. Ultimately, I overlooked a lot of that stuff and I just enjoyed it for what it was. So if you haven't seen it, if you've seen Romero stuff, you'll enjoy it more because it's the same cast of actors. You'll recognize people, you know, and they're all great. So this was a really fun movie, Knight Riders. Check it out. Last but not least, we have my old pal, recently reconnected with this guy. He's a guy that I met on social media. He's a guitar player, and we have a lot in common. He's a person who seems to really like he cares for animals. Like I want to use the word evolved. Like a lot of flaws that people had back in the 70s or 80s, character flaw. Like this guy's like, he's like above that. He doesn't preach about it, but I admire the guy for his character because it's flawless, or it's not tainted in any way. And he has this thing about caring about animals that automatically opens the door for me to be like, think this person is something special. So I admire this guy. Part of that is he knows more about music than any person I've ever met. if you try to stump him, I can throw the most obscure musician reference out. And not only has he like met the guy and have all of his discography memorized, like you can't stump this dude. So the other day he mentioned Mike Keneally as his favorite to come out of the Zappa universe. For me, I would say Adrian Belew, and you have Steve Vai and countless other people. So to say, oh, he's my favorite, it's not a light thing to say. It's a significant. It carries a lot of weight. So I was unaware that Mike Keneally had all this solo stuff. I knew who he was, and I'd seen, like, I know he plays at the Baked Potato, and I've seen videos of him playing with Vi. I knew he played with Devin Townsend, and I knew he did some solo work, and he's worked with, like, Morgan Agron and really Tunis, Z. So, yeah, I knew about Keneally, and I was rainy daying him, saving him. So that rainy day is now. I came to listen to the first Mike Keneally solo disc, which is called Hat, yesterday, because this guy was like twisting my arm about this path, this music. Like, this is really something special. And he was right. Big surprise. So I'm going to be checking out some Mike Keneally stuff. I was supposed to do some work tonight. I have this pedal I have to build, so I'm going to force myself to do that work when I get done with these videos. The punchline is you can check out the Zappa's Universe video that can be found on the Lag Zappateers YouTube channel. So this is a concert. It's 131 minutes, so it's 2 hours and 11 minutes. And when I first typed this in, the version that came up was like a 4th gen VHS, a crappy video. And I was like, this video isn't so hot. My buddy, who knows all about music, was like, dude, well, he didn't say that, but he said, this is really a significantly phenomenal performance that I think you would enjoy. And I was unable to watch the first version because the video was so bad. Today, this version popped up, which is a 1st gen VHS that's on the Lag Zappateers. So I'm going to put links to all this stuff I'm recommending, as the George Romero film can be found on YouTube, the 226-minute edit. So I went ahead today and I watched this Zappa's Universe performance in its entirety. It was shot in 93 or 94. Steve Vai won a Grammy for a cover of Sofa, and that's in this performance. The set list is really brave and diverse. There's some unbelievable performances. Keneally is playing the role of Zappa. He's fronting this, so he's singing lead vocal, doing the lead guitar, and also keyboard. His keyboard work is phenomenal. This version of Black Page was just incredible. Probably my favorite Black Page. So this is not the this is a track listing for the album we're looking at. There's a couple of choir groups that get up, Rockapella, as well as the Persuasions. And then it's Morgan Agron on drums. It's Tunis on bass. All these other people make these appearances. And at the end of it, there's an orchestra. So the music is really diverse, Zappa stuff, and you have the orchestra going, so it's got that extra Zappa element to it that really, really pulls it together really well. Like I said, some of it particularly Dangerous Kitchen would be a good example. They have a woman perform the lead vocal on that. Didn't work, although something like this, the Party Hats, Mike Keneally did the Zappa vocal thing, and it actually worked better than anything else. So this is a really brave set list. The vocal group, the doo-wop group, the Persuasions did this Meek Shall Inherit Nothing that was unbelievably great. Frank would have just, well, he did. Frank saw this. I'm sure he just loved that. And it goes from like unbelievable to phenomenal to mind-blowing. And then Vi comes out. And then Dweezil joins him. And it's like, it just goes off the rails at the end when we go into this guitar heaven with Keneally, and they're all playing together. It's not a battle, you know? And it's really something to see. My friend, this guy who's the music person that I respect, was kind of getting excited on the phone or like twisting my arm like, this is, you gotta watch this. And yesterday when I found that low res copy, I was like, oh man, I can't handle this. And I only watched a little bit of it. Then today the high res version popped up and I'm like, okay, now I can tuck in and enjoy this. And I gotta tell you, I'm always on the lookout for Zappa related video content that I'm unaware of, and this was like the holy grail. I don't think I'm going to find anything else that's going to top this. This was really, really something special. Mind-blowingly great. I know I overused that. That's my buzzword. You guys definitely check out Lag Zappateer's channel for the Zappa's Universe video. It's worth every second of your time. If you're a Zappa fan or not, you know, this is a tribute to Frank of the highest caliber. You're not going to find a better tribute unless you put these same people together to do it. Because Keneally, Tunis, and Morgan Agron, they do it to it. It's really good. It's really good. And I was, like I said, I was checking out the Keneally solo stuff, and I know I'm in for a treat there. I know that's music. It's going to take a little bit more time for it to click with me, but then when it does, I'm going to be basically screwed for the next 4 years. That's all I'm going to be listening to is solo music of Mike Keneally. So I'm strapping my seatbelt in and preparing for blast off for that. You guys, I hope you join me. I'm going to be making another video, mailbag, what's in the mailbag today for Petey. I like to make these videos. And that's going to be equally important. Don't miss video. You know what to do. Hug your pets. I had a bad day. I don't want to talk about the negative side of it. I did get to talk to my grandson. He was all excited. He had his first day in kindergarten. He said that they gave him a necklace and a crown. Turned out it was a bracelet that said Kinder and a crown. And he was mile a minute. My daughter was translating. They're at that age that somehow the parents can understand their speech impediment. But he was overwhelmingly positive. And he also told me he was going to get me a new guitar, is what he told me.
Wow.
For my birthday. I think he knows about my birthday coming up.
I hope he's just going to drop his
So, is my daughter shipping me a guitar? Did he?
I wouldn't hold my breath.
Did he let this? Did they find something at Goodwill and they're going to ship it to me? Because this is my birthday. My birthday is a month. Okay, once you get over 56, 57, your birthday becomes a month, and then after that it's a 2-month celebration. Pretty soon it's just the entire year. Once you're over 100 years, Every day is your birthday. You're senile. You deserve a piece of cake. That's pretty much going to be your sustenance for the entire day. So nobody cares. And you're unable to blow the candle out. In the meantime, guys, you have homework. Lashen, the oak tree and its inhabitants. Zappa's Universe on the Lag Zappateurs channel. That's a great channel. You should just subscribe to them. Lag Zappateurs. He's got high quality Zappa stuff. And if you have any recommendations about Zappa related video, put them in the comments section. You know, I mean, I'm hip to Salad Party. I'm hip to the Opapa, the Stockholm video. You know, I know about the Roxy. I know about Token. I know about Cheap. I know about Does Humor Belong in Music, 200 Motels, and Baby Snakes. And I thought I knew about everything until my pal, he clued me in. And if you're still here, you can join us tomorrow at Amit Zappa's Rock Tales podcast. We will both be chatting away in the chat section on the Rock Tales Radio YouTube channel. I will see you there tomorrow. In the meantime, hug your pets. I got a Zabugas lunch. That's it's a hamburger in a pita, and she takes it apart and cooks it so the pita doesn't get hard, but there's a little onion and there's a little relish, and she puts cheese on it and throws all that in this little pita, and then I have chips with it. Oh, that's a Zabugas. Good. So you guys, thank you again for joining me on another phenomenal recommend video. This was a really good one today. Triple header. Really, really good stuff. But in the meantime, man, do I need a hug today. Hug your pets. And peace.